Part Data. To submit the MD715 report, agencies must provide EEOC with their affirmative employment plans. EEOC has divided the plan into 10 part forms, which are located in FEDSEP. Depending on the size of their workforce, agencies are required to complete the following forms. 1. Parts A through G equal agencies with 1 to 499 employees. 2. Parts A through I equal agencies with 500 to 999 employees. 3. Parts A through J equal agencies with 1,000 or more employees. Please note that agencies may utilize the optional forms and decide whether to share that information with EEOC. For example, an agency with 200 employees can fill out Part H, but not allow EEOC to view the form. Accessing the part forms. To access the part forms from the FEDSEP homepage, click on the MD715 heading and select Part Data. On the Part Data page, FEDSEP has a navigation panel on the left side of the screen. To open the part forms, click the Plan Manager link. You can click on the part forms in the navigation panel to begin entering the part data. Entering part data. Agencies will not be able to certify their MD715 reports until they enter all of the part data that is required for their agency. Each part form has certain data that must be filled out in order for FEDSEP to determine that the form is complete. The required data fields have a red asterisk next to the field name. Agencies must click the Save or Save Information button at the bottom of the part forms in order for FEDSEP to retain the data. Please note that Part F does not appear in the navigation panel. This document can be found under the MD715 FEDSEP heading in FEDSEP Guidance page, or after you generate a report by clicking View Plan. I will briefly describe the part forms and highlight the required data. 1. Part A. In the Part A form, agencies must enter their name, address, and agency code. It is very important that the agency uses the correct agency code. To obtain your agency's agency code, please review the list of agency codes, CPDF, under the MD715 FEDSEP heading on the guidance page. Then click the Save Information button. 2. Part B. Part B provides EEOC with a summary of the agency's workforce. In the Part B form, agencies must enter data in at least one of the workforce fields. Then click the Save button. For intelligence agencies, please enter a 1 in the permanent workforce field and then click the Save button. 3. Part C. Part C requests information about the agency head, the agency head designee, and the EEO program staff. The EEO program staff includes the EEO director, complaint processing manager, affirmative employment manager, MD715 preparer, diversity and inclusion officer, anti-harassment program manager, reasonable accommodation program manager, and 3 special emphasis program managers. All agencies, regardless of size, must enter the information for the agency head and the EEO director. To enter data in Part C, please follow these steps. A. Click the Add Official button. B. The Responsible Official screen will appear. C. Select the official type by clicking the down arrow and choosing the appropriate name. D. Enter the name, title, phone number, and email address for all official types, except the agency head and the agency head designee, who only require name and title. E. Then click the Add Official button. If the agency needs to modify or delete an official, please follow these steps. A. Click the Edit button to the left of the official type. B. If any of the information needs to be changed, type that information in the applicable fields. C. Then click the Update Official button. D. The official can also be deleted by clicking the Delete Official button. E. When FEDSEP confirms the deletion, click the Yes button. 4. Part D. Part D identifies all of the subordinate units within the agency. These units may or may not file separate reports to EEOC. Depending on the size of the agency, there may not be any subordinate units. If that is the case, the agency should check the box. To add a subordinate unit, please follow these instructions. A. Type the name of the subordinate component. B. The rest of the fields are optional. C. To save the information, click the Add Component button. To modify or delete a subordinate component, please follow these steps. A. Under the current subordinate component, click on the name of the subordinate component. B. If any of the information needs to be changed, type that information in the applicable fields. C. Then click the Update Component button. E. To delete the component, choose the Delete Component button. G. When FedSep confirms the deletion, click the Yes button. 5. Part E. Part E is an executive summary of the MD715 report. The purpose of Part E is to provide managers and supervisors with a quick and informative review of the EEO program's strengths and weaknesses, previous activities, and future plans. Agencies can type in the text box or copy and paste information from a word processing document. Please note that agencies cannot enter tables or graphs into the text box. To copy and paste information, please follow these steps. A. Right-click in the text box. B. Select Paste. C. Some agencies may not be able to copy and paste directly into the text box. If so, FedSep will display a pop-up box that will accept the text. D. Right-click in the pop-up box. E. Select the Paste button. F. Click the OK button in the pop-up box. G. Please remember to click the Update Executive Summary button to save the information. The agency can also delete all of the text within the box by clicking the Delete Executive Summary button. 6. Part G. Part G is a self-assessment checklist that all agencies must complete on an annual basis. This checklist covers all of the essential elements of a model EEO program and points out program deficiencies in a particular fiscal year. All agencies must submit their Part G to EEOC, beginning with the FY 2013 MD715 report. To enter data in Part G, please follow these steps. A. Select the Part G section. For example, Part A.11. B. Click the Continue button. C. Answer the questions by filling in the blank or choosing Yes, No, or Not applicable. D. Click the Save Information button. E. Click the Continue button to move to the next section. F. Click the Clear All button to remove the answers from that section. 7. Part H. Part H is a plan that agencies establish to correct program deficiencies. For agencies that are required to submit Part H, FedSep requires them to either submit at least one plan or report that the agency did not have any program deficiencies during the reporting period. If the agency did not have any program deficiencies, please click the box. Please note that the agency will not be able to add a plan in Part H if the box is checked. Otherwise, the agency should follow these steps to complete a plan. A. Click the Add a Statement of Model Program button. B. Select the question in Part G if applicable. C. Type or copy-paste text into the Statement of Model Program Essential Element Deficiency and objective boxes. D. Enter the name of the responsible official. E. Select the dates in the Date Objective Initiated and Target Date for completion of objective boxes. F. Enter the date objective completed, if applicable. G. Click the Save the Statement of Model Program button. H. Under the Current Essential Elements objective box, click the Edit button to enter additional information about the plan. I. To enter planned activities, select the Add a New Activity for this model button. J. Describe the activity in the text box and enter the target date. K. If the activity has been completed, enter the completion date as well. L. Click the Save the Activity button. M. For each additional activity, repeat steps I through L. N. If the agency has accomplishments to report, click the Add a New Accomplishment for this model button. O. Type or copy-paste the accomplishments in the text box. P. Click the Save the Accomplishment button. FEDCEP allows agencies to modify or delete information at any time. To delete, click the Delete button next to the planned activity or accomplishment after FEDCEP confirms the deletion. Select the OK button. To modify text, select the Edit button next to the planned activity or accomplishment. When making changes to the fields above the Planned Activities section, please remember to click the Save the Statement of Model Program button. For the Planned Activities and Accomplishments section, select the applicable Save button. 8. Part I. Part I is a plan that agencies establish to correct barriers to one or more EEO groups in a particular policy, procedure, or practice. For agencies that are required to submit Part I, FEDCEP requires them to either establish at least one plan or report that the agency did not conduct barrier analysis for the reporting period. If the agency did not conduct barrier analysis, please click the box. Please note that the agency will not be able to add a plan in Part H if the box is checked. Otherwise, the agency should follow these steps to complete a plan. A. Click the Add Barrier button. B. Type or copy-paste text into the Trigger Steps Taken and Barrier Statement boxes. C. Click the Add New Barrier button. D. Select the Add Objective button. E. Describe the objective in the text box. F. Select the dates in the Date Objective Initiated and Target Date for completion of the objective boxes. G. Enter the date objective completed if applicable. H. Enter the name of the responsible official. I. Click the Add New Objective button. J. To enter planned activities, select the Add Activity button. K. Describe the activity in the text box. L. Select the target date for the activity. M. Enter the completion date if applicable. N. Type the name of the responsible official. O. Click the Add Activity button. P. If the agency has accomplishments to report, click the Add Accomplishment button. Q. Type or copy-paste the accomplishments in the text box. R. Click the Add Accomplishment button. S. Click the Update Barrier button. Similar to Part H, agencies can modify or delete information in Part I at any time. To delete, click the Delete button next to the plan, objective planned activity, or accomplishment. After FEDCEP confirms the deletion, select the OK button. To modify text, select the Edit button next to the plan, objective, planned activity, or accomplishment. When making changes to the fields above the Objective section, please remember to click the Update Barrier button. For the Objectives, Planned Activities, and Accomplishment sections, select the applicable Save button. 9. Part J. Pursuant to Section 501 of the Rehabilitation Act, agencies with 1,000 or more employees must submit a special recruitment plan for individuals with targeted disabilities, including specific goals for the employment and advancement of such individuals. To complete Part J, please complete the following steps. A. Type the total workforce reportable disability and targeted disability data into each field for the beginning and the end of the fiscal year. B. Enter the number of applications and selections for persons with targeted disabilities during the fiscal year. C. Enter the data for competitive promotions, non-competitive promotions, career development programs, and awards in 4 categories: reportable disability, targeted disability, not identified, and no disability. D. Answer the question of whether the agency established a numerical goal for persons with targeted disabilities during the fiscal year and describe the goal in the text box. E. Type or copy-paste the agency's objectives, strategies, and accomplishments in the text boxes. F. Click the Save button. 10. Review Plan. At any time, agencies can check the status of their part data by clicking the Review Plan link in the navigation panel. FedCEP will identify which part forms must be submitted and whether they have been completed. Agencies will also be able to select the optional forms, if any, that they would like to submit to EEOC when they certify the MD715 report. To save the forms, select the forms, agencies must click the View Plan button at the bottom of the page. FedCEP will then generate the required and selected part forms. This concludes the video on part data.